Hi everybody, it's Honest John again. Now, wage inequality is a subject of quite a bit of dispute. There are people who claim it's a myth. And it is true that the statistics are a little off because there are some fields that are heavily populated by women that pay less than other fields which are more heavily populated by men. Teaching, for example, pays quite a bit less than engineering. But even that raises some disturbing questions like, shouldn't we value our teachers more? Shouldn't we pay them enough that the best candidates, some of them will go into teaching rather than in the applied sciences? Shouldn't we value our nurses more? Man, if you've ever been to a hospital, you know just how important nurses are. When you come out of a hospital, the people that you remember are not your doctors, they're your nurses. I'll guarantee you that. Not that I'm saying nurses should be paid the same as doctors, but shouldn't we value them more? And teachers, they shape people's lives. Shouldn't we value them more? Are these fields lower paid because they're considered, or at least used to be considered, women's professions? And even if you get past that there are wage differences between different fields, even if you get past that, it has been pretty heavily documented that women doing the same job as men tend to make quite a bit less than men. And if you want a real egregious example of that, how about the U.S. women's soccer team? The U.S. women's soccer team has won 3 World Cups, including the latest one. They have 4 Olympic medals. And the U.S. men have done none of those things. And yet, the men, on average, make 4 times as much as the women. 4 times as much. And the bonus structure is crazy. The men, for example, if they qualified for the World Cup team, they made $75,000. That was their bonus. The women made $15,000. Bonuses per game for the men can range up to $17,000. And they get bonuses somewhere between like $5,000 and $17,000, even if they lose. The bonuses for a women's game are, they make about $1,300, and only if they win. The men's team got a bonus for qualifying for the World Cup, and they get a bonus for every round that they progress in. The women get no bonus for qualifying for the World Cup. And they don't get bonuses unless they get into the semifinals. And not only that, but the working conditions the women have to put up with are ridiculous. The men, they stay at the best hotels. The women stay at cheap hotels. The men's flight arrangements, so a lot of times they'll be flying in business class while the women will be in coach. And these are big, strong, athletic women who could use the room in business class. And even the fields that they play on. Even the fields that they play on. Matter of fact, a few months ago, the women ran into a field in Hawaii. They were going to play an exhibition game there, and they really wanted to play that exhibition for the fans. You know, a friend in soccer, they call them friendlies. But the field was so dangerous, they felt they couldn't play on it. There were rocks sticking up through the turf. There were places where the seams in the turf had come apart. And, I mean, this field was dangerous. You could break your leg playing on this field. And the U.S. Soccer Federation said that, oh, well, they didn't know. They didn't examine the field. Actually, 9 members of the U.S. Soccer Federation had been to that field and had cleared it for play, which shows how little regard they had for the safety of this valuable resource, right? This team that it's a major attraction. You know, it isn't like the men are bringing in more money than the women. It's just the opposite. The U.S. women are a huge attraction. From now until January, they're going to make the U.S. Soccer Federation $17 million. $17 million. The men are going to make $9 million. So you have a situation where there are a bunch of women and a bunch of men. They're doing the exact same job. The women are making 4 times less than the men. They get treated better than the men. Not only that, but the women are getting no respect at all. Thanks for listening.